Welcome to the Animoguls. I'm Megabucks.
And I'm Tycoon.
Instead of the usual Disney showdowns, today we're going to do a special 20th Century Fox Showdown. Anastasia versus Rasputin. Now, Rasputin, like the evil queen in Scar, is another villain who picked on a child. But if you think about it, he didn't mean to single out Anastasia. He was very equal. He just wanted to kill off the entire Romanov family. When one of them survives, he thinks, whoops, got to correct that mistake. So then he tries to drown Anastasia in the skating pond or whatever when she and Granny are running off. Now, for those who are wondering, the reason Rasputin doesn't try to kill the grandmother is because she's no longer of childbearing age. She can't have any more heirs, so there's no point in killing her. But Anastasia, she could go on to have more little Romanovs, so she's a threat. He can't exactly render her sterile, so when she gets away, his hopes and dreams escape with her.
The good thing is that Anastasia finds Rasputin's weak point. She grabs that little glass reliquary that he carries around and she stomps on it. She jumps on it like it's a bouncy castle.
Now, some people might wonder, how did Anastasia know she had to destroy the glass reliquary? The answer is obvious. Common sense. If you saw somebody in the 1970s carrying a lava lamp, you would know it was their weakness. All you'd have to do was destroy the lava lamp and they'd be gone. I mean, look at the reliquary. It's glowing, for God's sake. Why is it doing that?
And Rasputin comes to her in her dreams. He tries to get her that way. He's thinking, let me try some of that mental torture.
See, the good thing is that Dimitri's there to chase the bad dreams away. The cards are in her favor. May the odds ever be in your favor, Anastasia.
Not to mention that Rasputin's falling apart as it is. His whole body's breaking. He's more of a skeleton than a human at this point. Anastasia, on the other hand, she's a young, healthy human being. She's rough and tough, because she grew up in an orphanage, and had to fight for every meal she ever ate. Good luck, Rasputin, because you got nothing on her.
Yeah, but you've got to give Rasputin props for not giving up. It's too bad he always missed the mark. When he tried to drown little Anastasia and Granny in the ice pond, they got away. When he tried to throw Anya and Dimitri's train off a cliff, they survived. When he tried to fling Anastasia off the ship and into the frigid sea, she dodged that bullet too. The funny thing is that in the prologue, the grandmama mentions that Rasputin was supposed to be a holy man. Now, when Rasputin sees that his murder attempts keep failing, he should have said something like, clearly God is supporting Anastasia and I, as a priest, should step back. But no, he keeps on trying.
He lost all sense of self. I think he was just desperate at that point. He knew his plan wasn't working, but he sold his soul for that green smoke power thingy 10 years ago. It's not like the reliquary came with a money-back guarantee. He has to do what he can to try and salvage the situation and get a return on his investment.
I wish they'd given us a little more of Rasputin's backstory, because they never really mentioned why he hates the Romanovs so much. You'd think that Czar Nicholas used to give Rasputin wedgies in grade school, the way Rasputin carries on and on about putting an end to the Romanov line.
Maybe Rasputin and Anastasia's mom used to have a thing, before Nicholas stole her away from Rasputin. Kinda like how James Potter hooked up with Lily Evans, leaving Snape in the dust. But unlike Snape, Rasputin wants revenge on all the Romanovs, even Alexandria, the woman he claims to love.
Either that, or Rasputin was just pissed because Tsar Nicholas gave Rasputin's pension to a wombat.
Yeah, that was probably the final straw. You can tell Nicholas never paid Rasputin much, because Rasputin wears the same tattered robes throughout the movie. Maybe Rasputin was hoping for a raise so he could afford a decent ushanka. But Nicholas was too busy counting diamonds to notice.
Maybe we're being too hard on Nicholas. What if Rasputin was just batshit crazy to begin with? I'd say that anyone who has a pet bat has to be at least a little batty.
Speaking of bats, it wasn't really clear to me that Bartok was supporting Rasputin. Bartok is Rasputin's sidekick, so technically he should be on Rasputin's side. But here he is supporting Anastasia every now and then. Where do his loyalties lie anyway?
See, Bartok the Bat was a neutral third party. He could see how pointless Rasputin's vendetta was, since the monarchy was going to be replaced by communism anyway. He was just always trying to get everyone to come together.
Exactly. That's why you cheered Bartok on. You cheered him on when he found love in the end.
And Bartok's female love interest looks just like Pegasus's love interest from Hercules. I don't get why they felt the need to make her pink. We know she's female because you guys also slathered on all this mascara and eyeshadow. On a bat. But before I go off on another tangent, Let's go over Anastasia and Rasputin's final confrontation. Basically, Rasputin tries to throw Anastasia off a bridge. And after watching all these animated movies, I've learned something really important. Making animated characters hang off the edge of something is very popular. Usually it's cliffs, but in this case it was a bridge.
I think that's why Rasputin went for it. He's thinking, that's how other villains kill their adversaries in the past. Case in point, Gaston went over a bridge. Well, not over the bridge, but something. I mean, he fell to his doom from quite an impressive height.
Yeah, and remember, Rasputin was actually around in the early 20th century, so he's had time to see the other Disney movies. He's seen Snow White, he's seen Sleeping Beauty, he's seen all these movies, so he knows what works and what doesn't.
And he still fails, which is very unfortunate. But we were all rooting for Anastasia anyway, so bye-bye Rasputin.
Yeah, he was well past his expiry date.
Now, the cool thing about Anastasia is that when she finally remembers who Rasputin is and what he did to her family, she goes into Black Widow mode. She avenges her family. Anya knows that stepping on the reliquary is gonna end Rasputin's life. That's why she yells, Das Vidanya, in a strong American accent. She's saying goodbye to her enemy forever.
She basically flat out murders him. And I couldn't be prouder. That SOB, son of a bat Rasputin, had it coming for a while now. If he just listened to Bartok, taken that bartending gig in Paris, he could have had a nice apartment, new friends, a fresh start at life. But no, he wanted to beat that dead horse, and he ended up dying. Again!
So I'm gonna declare Anastasia the winner, because Anya managed to do it all.
Yeah, she avenged her family, found her grandmother, got her title and her money back, found the love of her life, and sang some of the greatest songs in animation history. And she did it all in only 2 weeks.
That concludes today's non-Disney showdown. Click on the annotation to watch Ariel and Eric of The Little Mermaid battle it out against Ursula. Keep watching the Animogles.